How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With It. I'm Will, and today we're opening a new game, well, new to us. It's a little bit older game, which is Red Rising by Stonemaier Games. We were provided this copy, of course, to play and preview for you guys. We've already done the gameplay, so you can go back and check that out if you want to see how this game plays. We may also make another gameplay using the Automa system, so if you'd like to see that, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that said, let's go ahead and switch the camera over so that way we can get into the box. Maybe we won't. Hang on, switch over. There we go. Got the camera switched over. So here we go. This is Red Rising. This is the Deluxe edition. So there is a Deluxe and Retail, and I'll tell you about the difference in components as we get through it. And we're not straight because this would be the table. That would not be the straight one. That would be some kind of fuzzy. But yes, so this is, as we mentioned, by Stonemaier Games. Here we go on the bottom. It is 45 to 60 minutes, 1 to 6 players, ages 14 and up. The reason we mentioned the Automa is from a 2-player perspective, and I don't know if I want to do this. We're going to see what happens. So we'll flip it over so you guys can see the back of the beautiful contents. But from a 2-player perspective, when we played our live gameplay, it did seem like the market wasn't cycling enough. So that's why we're thinking about doing the Automa, see how it works with basically what would be considered a 3rd player. So here we go. Let's get inside. So you get 2 rule books. One, of course, is Automa. This is based on the novel series, which I've not read, but it seems interesting. I might actually pick it up. But then again, that would put me behind reading my comics, novels, pretty pictures, no pictures. But this is the Automa rules. It goes through the setup and the components that are needed for the setup. Basically, it is going to automate which cards in the market that the Automa needs to pull. Also apologize for the glare. I had to raise the lights and now they're at a bad angle. But we'll get this figured out. I'm still learning the new cameras I've got set up everywhere. Still using the cell phones for the unboxings. I think they work best because I have no way to zoom way up there if I want to zoom in on the detail of something. And then the scoring for the Automa. I'll put that up there. And then the Red Rising book. Nice component list here, shows you all the components. It looks like it is just the regular component list, although it is kind of a shiny gold like the Deluxe. And then we get the how to set up the game, gameplay elements with pictures are always nice. The cards, the card art is beautiful. We'll get through the cards, but the card art is beautiful. One of the things that drew me into this game before I put it up for a poll for you guys to play. The dice, the different player houses and tokens with their abilities. And then it just kind of shows you the in-game scoring. And that is really it. I mean, the rules for the gameplay is right here. You can lead, you can scout. That's basically what you do. And then it kind of, like I said, the rest of the rules are just describing the components of the game. And as I said, if you want to see how this game plays, the gameplay video is up on YouTube. All right, you can go check that out. The next thing is the board. So it is a small game. I mean, this is the board. It's fitting on my screen, which I wasn't sure if it was going to do that or not, but it does fit on the screen. The insert. So you do have a nice insert, nice plastic insert. Nice plastic lid. Oh, you guys can't see the score. Don't look at the score because you guys will know. But you do get a nice score pad that shows you. Here, we'll put this up. If I show you the score, you won't watch to see who won and lost. But they do give you a score pad for the scoring objectives. That makes it nice and easy to score the game. The dice. It is a big dice. This is a chunky boy. So he kind of popped out. Oh, I knew. See, flipping it over. I knew that was going to happen. So these trays, I imagine, are for your components. But when that lid is on, I noticed this. When this lid is on, it's not. Look, I mean, see, there's holes. You can see there's holes there. And even with the score pad in there, it's not going to cover up those holes. So I don't know the intent of those trays. They don't make any sense to me. So I kept everything in bags. You do get a card holder. So if you're somebody with small hands, you do get card holders. These do tip over pretty easily once you get cards into them. You barely blow, they will tip over. You've probably seen other people mention these. I don't think it would be too hard to add some kind of like little feet to the bottom. Get a very small screw, small piece of acrylic, so that way you could twist it in and out to sturdy these up a little bit. You could probably even just get a piece of acrylic and just put it across like 2 spots and glue it, it'll be a little bit taller, but I don't know. I don't think you'd have trouble putting them all back in the box if you did that. Like, because if you see if you got these two up here, there's a little bit of room, but trial and error, or just don't use them, right? It's really depending on the playstyle, but you do get one of each of the house colors. So the deluxe edition, you get the gold marker. So this is the first player marker. And then you get the gold, pretty shiny marker for the, I forget what it's called. Sovereign. That's the sovereign token. You get a nice little holder for your helium. So you open that up, and there are your helium. Just your normal little. These are actually a little bit better than the ones we've got. We've got some that we use for Disney Villainous and Marvel Villainous for power. Those are a little bit harder feeling like material than what we've got from that. Right, and then you get your colors. So this is where most people talk about the colors. So here are the colors in their bags, right? Two that are kind of complained about are the gold and the yellow. The gold looks like brown, and the yellow looks like gold. Like, I think I played gold, and I think I used these instead. The tray, just to show you, this is supposed to be the gold. This is the gold tray, see? So they were trying to go for that color. To me, that is not very gold-like. But that is one of the complaints people have about the Deluxe Edition, is that these are very hard to distinguish. And the problem is, it would be like, okay, well, it's your game, you can do what you want. But a lot of people are like, well, if you pick up this house's player power, they're the red house, you should use the red tokens. Use whatever tokens you want. The house power is just the house power, right? It does make it easier for people to understand that that's you, you're the red player. Play with whatever you want if you feel like the colors are too close. Now, I do get for people with vision problems, color blindness, and things like that, it may be a much larger factor, and I'd almost guarantee that it is. But these are the metal bits. I do like them that they're metal. I don't know how durable they are. Mine don't look too bad, but you can see right here it's missing some paint already. I saw somebody else's video where it looked like theirs they chipped quite a bit more. But those are the gold. I like the yellow better as gold. I really do, because the yellow is shiny like gold. The other two colors that are very similar are the red and the purple. Or I guess they're violet in this game. I guess they're actually violet because the cards are violet. Let me see if I can pull. Alright, so if we grab these two, we mix them up. You can see. I mean, you can tell, but again, somebody with color blindness, that would be very hard to differentiate, right? You did that. But the thing is, you'd never have these two not with each other. But you can kind of see the colors are very, very similar in color. But not enough to where, again, I have very good vision. I have very good vision. I'm blessed with that. My dad didn't start wearing glasses until he was older. Did I miss that somehow completely? And I've not needed glasses yet. I can still see pretty well. So things like this aren't that big of a thing to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we got 10 there. And then put this one back in a key. And that should be 10 in there. Alright. So yeah, I kept all of these in the bags just because these trays are not going to be useful at all. Like, I don't know who thought of this. And I imagine Stonemaier knows. Problem is, they printed so many deluxe editions. If you can see here, we have 49,032 of 15,000. And I don't want to say that might have hurt their sales a little bit, because you can only get this one online. You can get the retail edition anywhere. We'll have a link down below to Amazon, so you can buy it there. But I'm wondering if that's the reason why there's still quite a few deluxe editions available. I like the deluxe edition. I like it for what it is. I can't say that everybody's complaints warrant so much as not buying the deluxe edition, but there is a price difference, of course, right? So here are the houses. So you get Mars. Mars basically, whenever you get the, all of them are when you get the sovereign token. So Mars gives you a helium. Jupiter advances on the fleet track because that's Jupiter. series. Basically, begin the game with an extra card. Whenever you gain the sovereign token, banish any one card from the location of your choice. At the end of the game, before scoring, banish one card from your hand. So it does drop you back down just in case, because you start with 5, don't want to go over 7. Diana is place 1 influence at the Institute. Minerva is kind of cool. Roll the rising dice, which is what ought to be played, and then you basically get whatever it says. And if you get the sovereign on the dice, then you get to choose whatever you want to play. Apollo. So Apollo gets to take the first and the last turn. During our gameplay, I forgot that he gets to take one more turn, but I don't know if it would have impacted the overall game too much. And then we are back to Mars. These are the Automa Decks. So the Automa scores based on odd and even cards. It has their rules. This is nice little player aids to show you how the Automa plays. And then this tells you what cards and what actions, of course, they're going to take on their turn. That is for the Automa. Nice wells, so everything fits in here. There seems like there is quite a bit of extra room if you are going to sleeve them, because of course this still has plenty of room for you to stick these in if they were sleeved. Now, however, if these were sleeved, then I don't know if you'd be able to squish these down enough. Yeah, okay, so these would squish down enough. So if you did sleeve your cards, you can squish these down enough. So now these might make more sense with the bags, but you're having to like squish these bags to really, you know, make it work, you know. I mean, but they do go in, right? So that you wouldn't have to worry about that. And if you sleeve cards, then you'd be able to put them here. Since I don't sleeve cards, it's actually better for me to keep them over here, because then everything in here doesn't like bounce around in the box, you know what I mean? Nami. So that goes there, and there. Alright, and let's get into these cards. Now there is a little divot down in there, so you can pull these up. So the first set are the Automa cards. These are for the locations. So you put these on each of the boards at random for the location. And then this basically says what action they take. A to D, B to C, and then they complete that. And you have player aids. So player aids are nice. So they have 1 player aid in each of the 6 colors. Now I mentioned about the higher player count. This is probably a game we're going to take to my sisters for Thanksgiving. That way we can get an opportunity to play it at a higher count to give us a little bit better idea. Of course, however that turns out, of course, we'll mention that. We are going to play with the Automa. I want to play with the Automa. We do that with all of their games. We play one without, one with. So we'll definitely do that. And we'll let you guys know how that worked out. All right. So we'll quickly go through the cards. I'll kind of point out a couple things on the cards about the gameplay. Each card kind of has a flow of how they work. There are so many cards, though, the chances of you getting a particular card isn't very likely, because I don't think there's any card that says search through the deck and pick out a card. So orange, basically the main thing with orange is they pretend to be somebody else. So they can pretend to be a named character for another event. Blue, so blue basically you advance, this advances on the fleet track. I forget exactly what blue does. We'll have to get another blue card, because I think this was one of the only blues we saw. Red basically allows you to banish cards. Brown allows you to deploy directly on top of gold. If you put it on top of a particular card, then you get influence, or you get some kind of ability for doing that. White is the sovereign token, advance on the fleet track. So you can see here again, it counts as any character. The gray guys, that they can treat this card as any color. So gray can act as other colors for your points. All your grays are going to have that same scoring ability. Green basically allows you to look at cards in some manner and then be able to place them or do something with them. Yellow, gain any number of these banished from the banish. So you can basically take cards back with them. There's more gray. So you can see these were the cards we played. You can see a bunch of grays here. They act as anybody. There's another green, so same thing. Instead of gold, it says you plays on top of violet or pink. Then you can put that and then you gain something. So in this case, helium. Another red, gain more helium. This one here, it basically works based off of another character. Here's another green, so again, reveal top 2 cards. Gold, now this is one other thing with the Deluxe. You can see that there is a gold foil on the gold cards, which are kind of neat. Somebody says you can see them from behind, but I can't. Like, I tried, I even held it up to light. I mean, you guys can see here, I'm turning it at a bunch of different angles. I mean, there you go, I can kind of see that, but like ever so slightly. And I had to get an exact angle. So I guess it's possible, but we didn't notice it during our gameplay. So this one here, more about the Banish. The yellow is more about the Banish. Again, white, more about the Sovereign token. Red, gold, you can take gold instead. So red just likes taking things. Pink here, you can move cards to this location. If it's gold or red, then you get to gain it. I think all the pink are same. You can move them, and then if it's a color, you get to take it. There's another pink one. Yeah, move a card from this location. If it's silver, gain it. So the pink are real good for getting specific color cards that you need. This one, if they try to steal or banish, pink again, red. Now I'm just going to go through now, just so you guys can see the different cards and the card art, because it's beautiful card art, right? The wolves, Aja. So again, look at cards with the green, the white. White has a lot of blocking too, so I forgot about that. White has a lot of these defense block capabilities to stop your opponent from doing things to you. Violet, oh, I don't think I went over Violet. Violet is what we didn't run into during the game, and this was the problem because Oddly had something that had me banish one of my cards, so I was playing with four cards most of the game, and even still, we never got to the full 7 because the purple cards are the ones that allow you to draw more cards based on what you have. Orange, and there's no duplicates. Every single one of these is a unique card with unique art, and the art is beautiful. The art they really did outbid themselves. Okay, so here we go. Here's another blue. So blue is just Jupiter. You just advance on the fleet track, it looks like. So a lot of them are going to relate to their thing here, right? So Jupiter's the fleet, Mars is the helium, Institute is your influence, and then Luna, which is gold, is the sovereign token. Some of them do kind of have that, which makes it a very easy game to learn. There's not a lot of complexity, but there's a lot of strategy you can learn as you play the game more and more, I believe. Learning how to make a perfect deck, knowing which cards to take and not take. I think that was something else that hurt me in Oddly. We didn't realize what card should we take, what card should we not take. The gold. Again, the art is so beautiful. I mean, that is just wonderful looking. Now, the color of these are great. I do have to say the gold and the yellow are very close. I don't know if that would cause an issue for color blindness. They do at least have the name, but sometimes even that's not as legible. And because of the linden finish, depending where you're sitting, see what you mean? It might glare at you depending how your lights are. So we have an orange, obsidian, gray, pink. And it's cool how they all kind of fit their theme too, like the colors and everything they have. Silver. Have we got over silver? This is our first silver card? I think this is the first silver card. Silver, financier. You may regress once on the fleet track if you do gain 2 healing. Okay, so you could go back on that to get more of the other. Could be a way to encourage endgame, because endgame is once one person gets 7 of 2 of them, or 3 people get 7 total of something. So green. So there weren't many silver, because I think it was only the second silver we just saw, right? Developer. Yeah, so these are like your computer programmers. It's kind of neat. I like that each faction kind of has their role. These are like the thinkers, judge, orator, I think medical, I think maybe was one of them. Jupiter seems like it's the military branch. Or no, I guess yellow would be your medical because that's pathologist. Politician, so brown must be your politician, your political. Well, no, there was one brown that was a gardener. So brown, I don't know what brown is. Brown seems very confusing to me. Gold is like your elite royalty, I guess. But I don't understand the wolf class. Again, if you've read the book, let me know, what each color is. You guys can definitely help me out there. Gold, so stockbroker. So silver is like your lawyers, investors. Oh, money. I guess silver is your money. Obsidian just seems like your assassins in your underworld. So quicksilver. So yeah, more the ships. The ships are neat. It does give it something different. So the blue have the ships. Violet. Okay, so this must be musician, media, music. There's a reporter. Brown is a nanny. So yeah, brown really confuses me. I don't get brown. How it can be a politician and a nanny and a gardener? Yellow. Orange. Or I guess orange are engineers. Does it say what the word next to it? Elite. Oh, it does. Hang on. So what's brown? Brown is considered an assistant. Hang on. So why is that politician brown? I'm like not bureaucrat. Oh, copper. Copper is the politicians. Oish. I should just pay attention. Okay, see, there's a good example. I was thinking that was brown, and it's not. It's copper. Now, by itself, it's brown. With a brown, you can definitely tell it's a lighter color. So that was a miss on me, and probably somebody else already saw that and said something about it in the comments. All right, so we get through these last couple cards. So yeah, so yellow, yeah, yellow are your doctors then. Gold are your elites. Engineers, yeah, doctor. Security, so gray is security. Blue, pilot, which again is your military. Black is assassin, so I got that right. Financiers. Arbitrators, no, I guess white is just your judicial system. Okay, so they're all, yeah, a martyr, magistrate. Pink are companions. Okay, so pink are, I guess, I don't know if that's companion in terms of like friend companion or companion in terms of red light district companion. I'm probably thinking red light district companion. Financier, elite, assistant, gold. But again, I love the art. The art, they just did a great job. Yeah, it's just beautiful the way they did the art. Gold. Bureaucrat. Okay, yeah, so programmers, that's what I thought they were, computer guys. And another orange for your engineer. And all of these go back in a key. And it's here. Come on, get in there. That goes in there. This goes... I don't normally put everything back in the box while you guys are watching, but for some reason I started, and I'm going to continue down that path because I am almost done. So there we go. Put that in there. Put that in there. You guys can see that there. There's the box. Hit this button right up here. And I show this to you like that. And there we go, guys. That is Red Rising by Stonemaier Games. Like I said, this was provided to us, but if you would like to get a retail copy, you can click the link down below. It's an affiliate link for Amazon. We get a couple bucks. If you heard the alarm, that was our front door because Bella had to go out to walk. If you want to get the Deluxe Collector's Edition, however, you do need to get that off of Stonemeier's website. And they will probably be doing, I would imagine, some kind of deals for Thanksgiving. If you'd like to see us play any particular faction or see more of this gameplay, or any gameplay for that matter, make sure you leave a comment down below with what you'd like to see. Hit the subscribe, bell notification, that way you know when we go live. Until next time, guys. Peace.